Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Niyati. I am a co-founder and I lead the AI at Hyprbots Systems. It's my pleasure to have Mike Vaishnav with us today. Mike is a CFO, consultant, and a strategic advisor to many privately owned organizations. Before we get started with our discussion on AI complementing ERP systems, Mike, why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Niyati. So, as I've been working in Silicon Valley for almost close to 30 years, and I was fortunate enough to work in diversified industries from various types of roles, from controllership to FP&A to treasury, tax, investors relations, and also some of the operational role in my last two CFO job and manage IT, legal, HR, procurement, facilities function. So I have covered all aspects of the finance as well as the operational in the different industries.
Wow, that's a large range. So for today's discussion, we'll address this topic in three broad categories. We'll start with talking about the efficacy of ERP systems, then talk about how AI and ERP go hand in hand, and then talk about the actual integration of AI into ERP systems. Let's get started. So, like you said, you have been a part of several large and medium-sized organizations. What kind of ERPs and business processes have you actually been a part of?
So I have used like small ERP to the large ERP like Oracle, SAP to some of the small ERP for the SMB's business. And I have done every module for ERP, including procure to pay, accounting, sales, inventory ordering, inventory processing. Everything I have done, and I have not done, but I have implemented ERP globally with the different companies during my last 20 years.
What gains do you see in companies through effective ERP implementation?
So one of the few gains I would say process automation, process improvement. You can get the audit trail, data security, and then all those detail analysis, all those information you can get by ERP, because once ERP start processing the data, you can pull out those information and get the streamline all of the finance information versus working on the manual or semi-manual type of information.
Got it. Now, in spite of these kind of effective implementations, what are the challenges?
So I would say challenges, as long as the ERP is implemented effectively, the biggest thing what we need I don't like to use the word challenges, but I would say what people need to be careful is the data migration, and then how the data migration is done and integration with their old systems into the new system. Because most of the companies have done successfully ERP implementation, but when part comes for the integration and data migration, there is a bigger risk over there, because people will not test the data properly, or sometimes in a rush to go live, there will be test was not done, and in that way, when they go live, some of the data are not migrated properly, which create the bigger problem for company to process the financial information. I believe some people should do the parallel test run, and majority of the companies will do the parallel test run in a test environment for about 2-3 months to ensure the accuracy and correctness of the data before they go live. So in that way, the ERP implementation is very successfully done, and then all those processes has been drafted, and at the same time, all those process needs to be drafted properly, so when there is a change of hands, people who took it over ERP, they know what's the process in place. So 2 key things or 3 key things would be data migration, integration, and good process documentation.
Got it. That's in fact a great summary. Thanks, Mike, for all your input. And what we are going to talk about next is how AI can be infused into different ERP components or ERP modules, specifically aiming at kind of optimizing the finance function.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
It's great to have you back, Mike. Previously, we've talked about existing or efficiencies of ERP systems. Let's now delve into how AI and ERP systems may go together.
AI is always a complementary to ERP. It's not going to replace ERP, but it's always been a complementary and add-on solution. Because one of the things AI will provide some of the add-on solution for the ERP, which makes the data analysis very effective. Like ERP, we used to collect the data and then process the transformation. What accounting used to be a data collection or so-called bin counter business. Not anymore that. Now finance is looking for a lot more. In current era, the CFO looks more for the detailed analysis, financial reporting, and how the effective use of the data so that they can make the right decision in a timely manner. Sometimes most of the time, the big ERP will provide such information, but sometimes the mid-size or small ERP, you may not get those data analytics. So either you have to buy the add-on tool for the data, but in the current world, to get the lot faster information, AI can support or enhance the ERP system to make sure that the data get in right timely manner and right decision has been made.
Got it. So essentially, your ERP still remains the system of record.
Absolutely. It's not going to go away. ERP is not going to go away because AI cannot take away ERP. But AI is always a good friend and complements to the ERP.
Got it. Why don't we just take an example for invoice processing?
So invoice processing, let me give you the example. ERP, so big ERP, they will have all capabilities of let's take invoice processing means take the whole process from procure to pay. So opening up the PO, get the signature, all those things can be done on some of the bigger size ERP. Some small size or mid-size ERP, they have a very good invoice processing, but they may not have automation of the process for the procure to pay, get the PO, opening up the PO, get the signature, get the approval done. At the same time, even if the approval is done, how to follow up on that. There's always human required on that. The AI, if we use the invoice processing solution on the AI, you can have AI to open up the PO, process the PO, approve the PO, but at the same time, the benefit and then good thing about AI is you can ask the question. If you have any questions about any specific quantity or specific approval level, AI can answer instantly, versus in ERP, if it's not AI enabled, then you have to wait till the next person would come and answer the question whether who has approved it or what's the... Even other example, if we receive the inventory for the PO and if we have not received the full quantity, then if somebody wants to know how many quantity received, it has to either go to log into the ERP, which everybody will not have full access of the ERP, so that you have to wait for some right person to come. Versus in AI solution, you can raise the question that, hey, ask the AI question that how many quantities I have received for this specific PO, or give me the detail. That information you can get real time and instantly. So that's one of the good example how AI can be an add-on or a bolt-on solution on the ERP, especially for the mid SMB business.
Got it. In fact, I think you may not always even need to ask questions. AI can help create some dashboards, or you can just say, okay, this PO is open, or this is the matching status, or any of
Absolutely.
that, right?
And that's the glory of the AI, that you can customize the dashboard. And customize the dashboard based on the approval level or authority level. So you can have a separate dashboard for the finance executive or CFO. You can have a separate dashboard for the controllers. You can have a separate dashboard for the inventory department or accounts payable departments. In that way, you can maintain the privacy of the data and people will not get the full access. At the same time, whatever information you need it, you can ask and you can create via dashboard, and you can, with the click of information, you can, and also the way how you customize your AI, where you can have a drill down options over there, where you can keep drilling down and go all the way to the original source document also.
So as businesses grow, they will want to adopt new things. Why do you think it is a better idea to use the AI to complement something rather than just go on to a better or a bigger ERP than where they are right now?
So again, it depends on the case by case. It's like if it's a big company with a big ERP, they may have all those different functionality to use it. But if some company has an add-on solution and that the ERP may not be capable or the ERP may not provide such information, at that time, AI bolt-on solution would be a better option for the people to look into that one, rather than completely going through the re-implementation of the full ERP or changing ERP. Because to change the ERP is a pretty nightmare process than adding the value-added add-on function on the AI.
Got it. So now AI and ERP will coexist. Where will the budget come from?
So it all, again, budget is just need to, I always use the word, companies to work smart and not work hard. So what budget is coming, it depends where you want it. So ERP and AI both exist. But if you want to automate some function, if your ERP is not capable of doing this thing. In the previous example, we talk about the invoice processing, where if your company has a ERP, but she is not capable of doing the PO processing. At that time, AI will play a significant role. The second thing company needs to do that if company is a high volume transaction, there are a lot more transactions has been processing. AP is getting a lot more invoices. Do you think the company needs to keep hiring the AP processor to process the invoices? Even if they hire the processor, timeliness and accuracy is still questionable versus if we can automate the process and interface with their existing ERP, AI can help support to better return on the investment. And in the long term, I think the company will get a better return. Initially, people may fear that, they're not hiring the people, so what happened to my job? But personally, I think that budget needs to work out how we want to balance it out and how your company wants to deploy their resources. Because ultimately, in the long run, company needs to focus not only, of course, saving budget is the key criteria. Being a finance executive and CFO, I always look for every penny. But at the same time, how create the process efficiency and operational efficiency, that's also key thing, and how we can make the timely decision which automatically add to the bottom line.
Got it. Actually, that sums it up well. So let's conclude this part, and in the next section, we are going to talk about actual integration of the AI with ERP.
Absolutely, sure. Thank you.
Welcome back, Mike. So far, we have talked about the efficacy of ERP implementations. We've talked about AI and ERP complementing each other. Let's now discuss different ways in which a company can explore AI integrations with ERP. So my first question here is, how should a company actually assess the need for AI in its various use cases?
So again, it's case by case basis. AI is not like a ERP which comes in a different module. So AI, the good part of the AI can be customizable. So company needs to assess their need, where they want to customize, what requirement would be, what other things can come from ERP, which if they are getting from the ERP, and if there is no significant investment required, then they can focus on the ERP. But there are quite a few things, especially for the SMBs, where they don't have all this ERP, which is a high top tier ERP. So in that case, they might have to they need to use some AI as an add-on solution, and they need to decide how they want to customize and what are the budget based on their budget requirements, based on their analysis requirement, based on their finance department requirement. When we are specifically focusing with the finance and AI, I'm focusing on the finance side, that they need to customize the AI, create the different solution for them, which will help them to make their process smoothly and run the process smoothly and efficiently.
Got it. Maybe just a curiosity question. Don't you see ERP vendors themselves kind of bringing in these modules?
Yes and no. So there are some of the top tier ERP vendors, they are working on this kind of AI solution, or make the similar to the AI type of solution to enhance their ERP. Some of the mid-tier or lower tier, they are still right now not evolving with this AI technology or any kind of process automation. So this right now, the current evolvement of the AI will help enhance the existing ERP system, especially for the SMB, and I'm not talking about the large corporations right now.
And when do you think it doesn't make sense for these kind of organizations to adopt AI? Which is the scenario where it is a requirement, in your kind of opinion?
So there are a couple of examples I can give it to you. So let's say, take example of AP, where you say, I want to implement the AI, but if there are not significant volume of transaction, then it's not required to add the AI, because one person can process all those invoices, one person can process all POs. I mean, even if the AI would come, they need some person to look after that, some of the processing work. So I don't think for those type of lower transaction or extremely small companies, AI is still too early for them to adopt.
Got it. Perfect. Thanks, Mike. I think we can just conclude here. So, anything to summarize?
No, so that's as I said, the AI in my previous session as well as this one, that AI is a good friend for the finance people and is a complementary to the ERP system. So as AI is not going to replace ERP, or ERP is not going to, ERP can work alone, but AI can definitely add on and make the people's life easy, with especially for the SMB and mid-tier ERPs.
Got it. Thank you.